Let's make my creamy mushroom and pea pie. To start, in a pan I'll take some oil, butter. To that I'll add lots of garlic and some fresh rosemary to that. That is a base flavor. Garlic and rosemary goes so well. To that I'm adding lots of dry mixed herbs, and then some very nicely chopped white onions. Saute it nicely. Keep the heat high because you want onions, and now I'm adding mushroom to get caramelized very fast with a lot of fat and high heat. They'll keep cooking when we cook the pie itself. To that I'll add 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. That's pretty much all the spicing in there. Keep stirring it. You see, like, mushrooms have already started releasing a lot of water. Now I'll add a key ingredient, which is flour, to get that creamy sauce inside the pie. Make sure at this stage you cook it nicely so you don't taste that rawness in your sauce. Then I'm using crushed mustard, or probably you can even use mustard paste if you like. Then lots of vibrant green peas. I'm using the frozen version because they cook very fast, and again, in this filling you don't have to cook them now because they'll be cooked later on when we cook the pie. And then in goes cream and milk. Now you'll see it will all come together and become nice and creamy. All the flour, see, it almost looks like a cheese sauce, though there's no cheese to it. To make the base, I'm using shortcut pastry. I'll just roll it out nicely and place it in my baking tray as the base of my pie. I'll always use some baking paper at the bottom of the tray, so it really gets easy when you want to take out that large and heavy pie, in case it get leaked or it doesn't get stuck to the base of the tray. So it is very convenient. I'm going to blind bake it almost partially to get that extra nice and crispy bottom of the pie. Otherwise, when you put the filling and cook it, sometimes it gets very soggy and doesn't cook nicely at the bottom. For the top of the pie, I'm using ready roll puff pastry, and again you can even use shortcut pastry if you like, but I like some flakiness on top of my pies. And I'm using normal cookie cutter or any other tool you can use to make some pattern on top of that, because when it cooks it looks really beautiful and gives a texture to the top as well. Now I'll place all my absolutely cool down filling in my blind bake base. Make sure it is not hot at all, otherwise it will start melting the top of puff pastry once we place it on. Neatly trim all the extra edges from the base, so you can place the puff pastry on the top and fold in all the edges. And it's a very rustic, homely pie, so don't worry about the shape or how you plate. Obviously you'll find a lot of techniques to that. I'll just simply push all the corners in to make sure it's nice and sealed, and then probably using a fork I'll press it even further to make sure it almost works like a pressure cooker for the filling to get cooked and get nice and bubbly. And finally I'll make some holes for steam to escape when I cook that in the oven. And to give a nice shiny glaze, I am washing it with some beaten egg. You can always use milk if you don't like egg glazing. And now I'll bake it under nice and golden. Enjoy!